Good afternoon, Pride League. We're a few hours away from the week 16 games championship week. Oh, it feels so good. Another fantasy season about to be in the books. Hope everybody got to be where they wanted to be. We'll go into the situations that are relevant. Who's gonna get third, who's gonna be the champion, and who's gonna take home about 600 bones. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So let's get down to it, shall we? There is a third place team that is, it's mildly relevant. I mean, it's nothing to scoff at when you look at $300. So it's your entry fee plus a little bit extra. Gives you some monetary value that you didn't really just waste your time here. So let's take a look at Chicago Chalupas versus The Grind is Real. Now, Antonio Brown is the key to how this match may very well turn out. I mean, let's give it to The Grind is Real. He put up 171 points. Even if Antonio Brown played a magnificent game, it still would have been really, really close. Let's just say he put up 30. Let's just give Antonio Brown a round number of 30. So that would have just really put Chicago Chalupas in striking distance. Add on top of the fact that he's not playing this week against the Texans, who, that's my team. But I'd say 6 or 7 of those guys are from the practice squad or probably shouldn't even been playing this year. But the fact that they are, everything just looks slower on defense for the Texans. I'm talking about infinitely slower. So teams are just lighting us up like the Christmas tree down at Times Square. So, with that being said, that's a big game for Chicago Chalupas to miss. The Grind is Real is probably going to win this. He has a substantial lead, around about 40 plus points. I had Chicago Chalupas winning this one, but that's with a healthy AB. Let's not add to the fact that Ezekiel Elliott will be in the backfield for The Grind is Real, going up against that Seahawks defense that just let Todd Gurley put up a 50-burger. I think Zeke's going to touch the rock, and this is including passes and just handoffs. He's going to touch it 40 times against these Seahawks. Dallas desperately needs to keep their playoff hopes alive, and they are going to ride that pack mule known as Ezekiel Elliott. Grind is Real with his lead, and I just think this matchup for him, it bodes favorable. He will go from 4th to 3rd this year. Kudos to The Grind is Real. My prediction holds up. And most importantly, we've got the championship round. I have myself winning this one easily. And thanks to Gurley's 50-burger, I have a feeling it's going to hold up. I mean, I only got about a 65-ish point lead. Given Classy Stripper's track record as being one of the lowest scoring teams in the league, I think it's pretty safe to say that unless he just goes off for 200 and then my team takes a backseat for whatever reason, this is probably safely in my hands. But you never know. You just never really know. So you can't really count those chickens before they hatch. But I'm feeling pretty good with a 65-point lead going into this matchup where my team has just been, for the past month, on fire, just outscoring predictions. I really feel confident with the group that I'm going to put forth. So let's just say Classy Strippers, he did about what was expected. He had a few players go off, and then a lot of players just So, it is what it is. He's going to need at least 2 players 35 points or better, and then he's going to need the rest of his team to at least match their projections to contend in this match, which it's not impossible, it's just not probable. So, with that being said, this is just a mid-championship round 2 check-in. Next time you see me, there'll be a champion crowned, a new champion, considering I knocked off the defending champ Chicago Chalupas, and I can't say this enough. I beat him not once, not twice, but I beat him 3 times, thrice as nice. And if you really want to count that round 1, that could easily, I beat him both weeks individually. So technically I beat him 4 times, but thrice is nice. I mean, you would think that the champion would have put up a better fight, but it is what it is. It's just his time to let go of the championship. So I don't doubt that AB will come back even stronger next year, and Chicago Chalupas team will probably be even more powerful than it was this year. So, with all that being said, it's the holidays. We're at the eve of Christmas Eve, and I just want everybody to have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, however you want to choose to say it. Just enjoy family. Enjoy the great refreshments that the bounty of earth has to offer. And please, don't forget, when it's all said and done, to go ahead and mark off who got first, second, and third on your league safe. I'd much appreciate it. Brother could use a little holiday cheer in the form of Benjamins. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and we should be having an owners meeting. I want to say a couple weeks, maybe during the Pro Bowl week. That sounds about right. Let's try the Pro Bowl weekend. That entire weekend from Friday to Monday, we'll have proposals done by. Let's just say proposals that Friday will go from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time or Eastern Time. I really don't. More details will come, but there'll be a finite window to make proposals on Friday, and that entire weekend we will vote on proposals that could be in effect as early as next season or the following season, depending on impacts and allowing people to get ready. So. Looking forward to that owners meeting. I kind of want to look at the standings a little bit. If everything were to end today, boy, would I love it to end today. It doesn't, and things are subject to change. And note, this will be one of the proposals that I have on the docket for the next season. Like, not the season after this one. It'll be for the following season. This upcoming season, we're still going to do randomized draft. So it'll be from that website, we'll randomize the divisions. I'll go through that first. And then after I randomize the divisions, I'm going to hit it again, and that'll be the draft order for the 2018 league year. But for the 2019 league year, for the owners meeting coming up, I'm going to propose that we do it via the standings. Now, just to be clear, if the season were to end today and it was 2019, let's just say Disabled Vigilantes won it all. They would pick last, obviously. Classy Strippers coming in second would pick 11th. The Grind is Real would pick 10th. Chicago Chalupas would pick 9th. They get 9th pick and no money. I think being 4th place might be the worst place you could probably be, and it still leave a sour taste in your mouth. Now, granted, where you drafting doesn't technically, say where you're going to finish in the standings ultimately. I mean, We had a first overall pick who's probably going to end up fourth. I guess it had some effect, but with the way our keepers are set up, you just kind of want to make sure you have the best players kept and then hope that the rest of the league drafts like shite, or however you want to pronounce that. So, moving on, then you got the consolation bracket, right? So, well, do you think like, well, does fifth place get eighth since fourth place got ninth? No. We're going to flip flop it. We're going to flip floppity floppity flop. We're going to make sure that the champion of the consolation bracket, he's really just battling for nothing, except it would be for the first overall pick in the draft. Consolation bracket winner gets first place. Well, if that happens, then if you're, fifth overall in the standings, does sixth place get second? Of course he does. We're going to reward the top draft picks to those that are still fighting despite not fighting for the championship or being in the championship bracket. Want to reward people that are still ad dropping in the playoffs, making this still competitive, That's what I want to see. So I want to reward the people that actually win the consolation bracket, still fight for position, and they'll be fighting all the way to the first pick in the following year's draft. So, yeah. Storm is brewing. Right now would be first pick in the draft if, the final standings applied for the 2019 year, which it doesn't. A Storm is brewing would be first. Bull City second. Down Goes Frazier would get third pick. Lazy Pugs would get fourth pick. When I Dip You Dip would get fifth. Complex Stat Line sixth. And he's been fighting for last place all year. The least he could do for his effort would be fight for a significant round draft pick. Miami Dice would get seventh. And Flawless Victory, who has been nothing but flawed all season when it comes to fantasy, would pick eighth. So if you're going to be absent-minded, you'll get a back-end draft pick and, your last. Still think there should be something tangible for the last place winner other than eighth pick in the draft. So, but that's going to be my major proposal. I'm going to try to adjust some of the bonuses. If a quarterback throws for over 400 yards, he should get more than just 2 points. I believe that. Our scoring system is a little bit eccentric, what some leagues would call, but I love it like that. I reward big plays and I reward big performances. I think they're more important than just I think you got two type of fantasy players. You got flash fantasy players, i.e. Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, those guys like that, just super flash. Then you got your durable, consistent players. I put guys like Larry Fitzgerald in this category. And even D-Hop, even though D-Hop has the most touchdowns by receivers, really wasn't expecting that. I just needed him to be a consistent 8 catches, 80 yards, give me 16 points a game. Those are the kind of players you put in that category, consistent basis. And then you just have your studs, and that's Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley. I just think that there are just so many factors when it comes to keepers and how you plan to go about your roster. You need a healthy balance of home run hitters. That's what I'm going to call those Kareem Hunts, Tyreek Hills, home run hitters. Then you're going to need your durable stability guys that are always going to get you that consistent number of points week in, week out. And then you just need at least a stud that is going to outscore his projection, regardless if they project him for 20-plus points. And that guy not be in a quarterback position. Quarterbacks, dime a dozen, but you got your consistent ones. But there's 3 types: home run hitters, stable, durable guys, and your studs. My team just happened to have a nice quality of studs and dependability. That's it. So, I'm going on my 12th win streak. I'm rambling right now because I'm just reveling. I'm just absolutely reveling in the fact that I could very well be champion of this league, and it's been so freaking long. Just so long. So, I wish everybody happy holidays. I wish everyone the best of luck in their upcoming matchups. Except classy strippers. That guy. He can be at a strip club on Christmas Eve for all I care when it comes to these games. I hope he's distracted. Really, never know what can happen. So, best of luck. Owners meeting, probably Pro Bowl weekend. More to come, more to follow on that. Make your suggestions, how you want to see this league get better. Well, if that's it, I'll see you when I see you. Peace!